Robert Downey Jr., ladies and gentlemen, and everybody's favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe superhero, Iron Man. Right? And why not make this guy a superhero? Right? Iron Man has an awesome suit of armor. He can fly. Rockets, lasers, and bombs, oh my. It's easy to sell cool mechanized AI as a hero. And this video is the result of what could have ended in an argument with two college girls at the University of Maine. And check this out. All of the students have moved out of the dorms for the summer. Some want work. They stick around to pick up the summer hours, so on and so forth. Long story short, right? Robert Downey Jr. is the sexiest man alive and could never be part of a secret society. And Marvel is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, do not argue with college girls is the moral of this story. So I decided to make this video to help people understand some signs and some symbols, and to also show you what you truly get when you worship these false Hollywood idols. And since secret societies was the focal point of our conversation, let's take a look at Luke chapter 12, verses 2 and 3. Right, the time is coming when everything that is covered up will be revealed, and all that is secret will be made known to all. Whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light, and what you have whispered behind closed doors will be shouted from the housetops for all to hear. So now let's pay a visit to our good friend and Freemason, Mr. Jr. And I'll start off by showing you a few covers from a Freemason magazine, so you can see the proof with your own eyes, because this is a very common style of posing within the Brotherhood. Right? I mean, even the ladies have it down. Right, so let's move on to Rob. And I found quite a few, just so I could get my point across. Now, when looking through various Hollywood celebrities, you're going to see this pose so very often, over and over and over again, to the point where you should do it yourself and see how unnatural it feels to just put your hand on your chin or your finger on your chin. It's very telling, and they keep it out in the open. Now here's his dad, by the way. Clearly kept in the family. Right? It's always been there, his whole career. Nothing new here under the sun. We even have some black and white, the colors of masonic duality. So many of them, it's hard to keep track. I'll flash these fast, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to move on to something very simple. Right? I'm all about that Mason, right? Faith, hope, and charity. Now check out that picture. Right? It's exactly the same. Right? Now check out this pose. It seems so simple, ladies and gentlemen. It seems so very basic, but this is how they let you know the truth in plain sight, right? And that's what this is all about. It's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. And these are just the basics. I want to show you simplicity first, right? Oh, even his good buddy Spider-Man. Right? You can make a video about him as well. You can make a video not just about a couple of these people, ladies and gentlemen. You can make a whole series on these Marvel movies. Right? You don't get to be a high-ranking, highly paid movie star in Hollywood unless you become a Freemason, ladies and gentlemen. And a Freemason is just the middleman, as I've been saying over and over again on this channel. Right? That's when we have to start getting into the fallen angels, and we will, because that's what this is all about. But let's move on to some one-eye symbolism. Right? It's all about turning the blind eye to the evil impurities, right, connected to Hollywood. And it also represents the all-seeing eye of illumination, which is what the elites believe themselves to be, right? They are the illuminated ones. Now, I mean, some of these are just so obvious, right? And if you've seen enough of these, research this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, right here, if this whole picture went down, you could see that he's making the pyramid symbol with his thumbs. Over and over again. Classic one-eye symbolism. To the point of absurdity, really, right? But this moves directly into the 666 hand symbol, right? And one of the most misleading aspects about this symbol is that it has been incorporated into the mainstream, so to speak, to simply mean okay, especially in sign language, right? But that's the trick. And unless you understand the world of the occult, you'll miss the true hidden meaning. Now, I'll put this on the screen, and you can read this at your leisure. But you have to understand both sides, ladies and gentlemen. Right? And the other side of this isn't pretty. It was never meant to be. That's why it's fun for me to expose these Satanists for what they truly are. Right? But it's strangely, this 666 hand sign, the way they use it in Hollywood, it's so very clear, it's so very obvious. And most of the time, it is used in a situation where you don't actually mean A-OK. Right? Especially the over-the-eye thing. But that's the sign of illumination. Right? Pledging allegiance to their Lord and Master. Right? Even with the glasses. Very common with the glasses. Very common masonic pose. And again, the true hidden meaning of this, it blends right into the true hidden meaning of the peace sign, right? The V symbol. But let's look at this for a minute, right? I'll put this on the screen. You can read this at your leisure. And this here as well. The two-fingered salute, or the V sign, represents the 33rd degree Freemason, right? Which is the highest level attainable in Freemasonry. Each finger bends at 3 joints, so 2 fingers extended symbolizes 33. I mean, you would think he could save the world by himself. He does this as much as Ringo Starr does, right? Over and over and over again. But that's what he's supposed to do, because that's his role, ladies and gentlemen. And you gotta love this. Putting his handprints right there in, what do you see? A pyramid. Now the peace sign, this moves into, the slick move right here, look at that. Right? The X symbol, Osiris risen. Nothing more than fallen angel worship, ladies and gentlemen. And that is what I've made a point to show people over and over again with all of these videos, with all of these stars, right? Whether it's in the music industry or the movies, right? Hollywood in general, they all worship the same fallen angel, ladies and gentlemen. We'll put this on the screen. Again, you can read this at your leisure, right? But right there in the middle, the Illuminist, Masonic meaning of the X is simply this. It is the sign of Osiris, the great Egyptian sun god. And I plan on making a video just on that. Just on the X symbol alone. But like right here, got a young Robbie Jr. Now, the sign of the X, the sign of Osiris, is a goofy little hand gesture, and when you see people do it, it's not a natural thing, right? And it should start waking people up, something like this, especially a picture like this, right? What are you doing? What does that represent? But you have to dig, you have to understand what they're actually doing, right? The true meaning. We're getting into something a little interesting right here, because we have to talk about another fallen angel, right? This is the code of silence, ladies and gentlemen. And they all do it. Right? The first rule of Fight Club is to not talk about Fight Club, right? You cannot talk about the Brotherhood, ladies and gentlemen. It not only represents keeping their society secret, right? It is directly linked to another fallen angel, Hippocrates, ladies and gentlemen, the god of silence. And this is the oath that all the elites of Hollywood take. Right? Do not speak about all of the evil secrets that you know and learn, ladies and gentlemen. Some of it's very clever. Why would you just pull your sweater up over your mouth? Right? He looks like Bill Bixby. Right? Somebody should do a cloning video on Robert Downey. No, I shouldn't go there. I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh about cloning. I think there's a lot to it. I think it's a creepy reality. That's neither here nor there. That's not what this video is about. But I'll put this stuff on the screen. You can read about this god of silence at your leisure. But I just want to show you, again, that this is about fallen angel worship. It does go much deeper than just Freemasonry, because, ladies and gentlemen, Freemasonry, these secret societies, the Illuminati with the skull and bones, you name it, right? It's just a group of men, right, that try to what? Rule the world, right? Do you think that they can do that by themselves, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think that a group of men are capable of doing such a thing without the help of the fallen angels? That is the point of a secret society. It's all about the hidden knowledge of the fallen angels. And they can teach you how to play an interesting game of manipulation. And they will give you all of the things that our Heavenly Father won't, ladies and gentlemen. That's why these secret societies end up forming. Right? But since we're on the code of silence, it's an oath that they take, right? Just in general. And again, you have heard that it was said to people long ago, do not break your oath, but fulfill to the Lord the vows you have made. But I tell you, do not swear an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is God's throne, or by the earth, for it is his footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. And do not swear by your head, for you cannot make even one hair black or white. All you need to say is simply yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one, ladies and gentlemen. Now, at that point, you think that would be enough, right? But let's look at the hidden hand. Pretty clever. Good photography, right? Nice black and white shot. I'll put this up on the screen. Right? Sign of the master of the second veil. Oh yeah. And what goes hand in hand with the hidden hand? Right? The hand on heart. I thought this photo was one of the most clever things I've seen. Right? Johnny Depp. There's another cloning video. Look at those two. Again, very clever. His hand on Robert Downey's heart. Oh, isn't that precious? Right, and the lightning bolt on his hand. That tattoo is straight out of Luke 10:18. Satan fell as a bolt of lightning. But check out my video titled Alice Cooper Exposed Part 2, Hollywood Vampires, and you will see how much of a satanic sellout Mr. Depp is, right? And since we're talking about Satan, let's look at Mr. Jr.'s star, right? From the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The star represents Satan, the morning star. Right? Isaiah 14:12. How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to the earth, you who once laid low the nations. And again, I'll put this on the screen. You can read this at your leisure, right? Aleister Crowley will always show his ugly black soul when we're talking about the occult, witchcraft, Satanism. Right? And find out what the star really means. There are two sides to every Schwartz, ladies and gentlemen. Like it or not, it's not always a bright, sunshiny day, right? Let's see, what else can I show you? Since we're already mocking God, our Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ, right? The outstretched arms. And this is something that he loves to do because, oh, it's from the movie. Right? Well, the outstretched arms, it's a mockery of Jesus on the cross. And speaking about mocking Jesus on the cross, right? Look at this. The open palm stretched out, right? Go straight to Isaiah 49:16. Right? It's absolute blasphemy, ladies and gentlemen. Then we have a photograph from 1992. It even says, Robert Downey Jr., portrait with horns. The tongue sticking out represents Goddess Kali, the goddess of death. And then this creepy foot fetish thing. This foot fetish thing, this pops up quite a bit when researching some of these people. I found it when I was researching Marilyn Manson for my Alice Cooper video, and that leads into some other heavy metal dudes. But this is, again, nothing more than mockery of Jesus' teaching from the Bible, right? Take something that was wholesome in the Bible and pervert it in this world, right? That's all the foot fetish is, right? Then we have the cover of the Rolling Stone. Mr. Jr. is in an orange hoodie. Get into some gematria. Orange equals 33 in full reduction, right? Look at the term that they're using there, to hell and back. You've heard that term before, right? Hell and back. Hell and back, strangely, equals 33 in Jewish reduction. And the name Robert itself equals 33 in full reduction. Right? Got a lot of 33s going on there. It's pretty clever. Now, 33 is not only, and I say not only for a reason, it's not only the highest degree in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, but 33 represents a third, or 33%, of all of the angels who fell from heaven. Right? That is the point of Freemasonry right there. The hidden knowledge of the fallen angels. They want that knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why these secret societies exist. Right? And we'll move on to the pyramid. Right? Very popular Masonic pose. Right? All too common. Right? Pyramid, this symbolizes wealth and success and power. But also it's connected to the diamond. An all too popular Masonic pose, Freemasonic pose. I love the word Freemasonic. Right? Diamond, ladies and gentlemen, equals 33 in full reduction. Right? As well as Masonry itself. Right? And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Downey Jr. and Hollywood itself, in a nutshell, of satanic, Masonic, fallen angel worship. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. Don't put these evil satanic people on a pedestal. Right? They are not idols to be worshipped like the fallen angels before them. Right? The reward that they will receive, yes, it will be lifelong. Right? Given to them directly from their Lord and Master. But that reward is fleeting. And it ends with their last breath. Right? Only our Heavenly Father, through Jesus Christ, will give you an eternal reward, ladies and gentlemen. And I truly hope we can all break bread at His table someday soon. But until then, you keep your glasses on, ladies and gentlemen. And don't fall asleep.